Hello. So a lot of students often come back and ask me that, is ACCA as a qualification a good complement to the CA qualification? So let's say if you're a chartered accountant or if you are a semi-qualified chartered accountant, can pursuing ACCA alongside or after that be of any use? Does it help with the jobs? Does it give you better roles? What kind of time does it take to then finish ACCA? Are there any exemptions available? So a host of questions students have, and I thought that let me address all these questions through this video and clear it one by one for you, right? So watch till the end, and I'm going to take you through all the questions that you may have. If you're a chartered accountant or if you're, let's say, a semi-qualified chartered accountant. So number one, if you are a CA or a semi-qualified CA, when I say semi-qualified CA, let's say you are CA Inter cleared at least, you do get exemptions in the ACCA qualification, but the other way around is not possible. मतलब अगर आप ACCA, if you've done your ACCA and let's say if you decide to do your CA, no exemptions are available. Okay, so that's the first and the most important thing you need to know. Now, if let's say you are a chartered accountant, you've completed your CA final both groups, you're a chartered accountant, let's say you've gotten into your first job and you decide to pursue something alongside. How relevant or how helpful could ACCA be for you, right? Now, first thing, students, having studied the CA curriculum so extensively, you've got a very strong base, very strong knowledge of local laws, local taxes, accounting. You've done quite a bit of finance and costing, so you understand the strategy side of business, you understand the finance side of business. So you're very strong as regards, the Indian context is concerned. But the moment you look at a more global perspective to things, right? The moment you start looking at businesses from a global lens, a lot of more enriching skills are required, and that's how curriculums like the ACCA will help you graduate to that. Okay, now the ACCA curriculum has got a very global approach. It's got a very real-time case study approach, whether it's the curriculum, whether it's the way you're tested in the exams. So that will give you a lot of rich global 21st century skills, if I may say, and make you very relevant and globally competitive in the jobs that you are. Furthermore, as you progress into any organization that you are in and you start taking more complex roles, more leadership roles, your understanding of how things work at a global level, how global talent works, how business reporting is done, at a world level, your understanding of 21st century technology, etc., becomes very, very important. And that is what a curriculum like the ACCA brings to table. Okay, so firstly, yes, having done your ACCA after your chartered accountancy undoubtedly will help you grab stronger roles, bigger roles, more challenging roles in any organization that you are. Okay. Now, if you look at the ACCA curriculum, you have 13 papers to do. But the good news is that if you're a chartered accountant, you're exempt from 9 papers. And of course, you're exempt because it's understood that you've already covered that kind of syllabus in your CA curriculum. So you have to do the last 4 papers. And agar aap last 4 papers dekhe bhi, so there are 2 compulsory papers and 2 optional papers to do. The 2 compulsory papers are strategic business leadership and strategic business reporting. Again, as the term suggests, they are strategy papers. They help you look at, a business from very, very high level, a very, very strategic level, and like I said, they groom you to take up, senior roles in organizations. The syllabus of these 2 papers is typically not covered in the CA curriculum, and that's why they're not exempt. And then if you look at the 2 optional papers, you have to choose out of 4 papers, like advanced performance management, which is basically very high level costing, advanced financial management, advanced taxes, that's the UK tax though, and advanced audit and assurance. Now, typically, ये 4 papers का curriculum कहीं ना कहीं covered होता ही है CA curriculum में. However, the style and the mode of assessment is very, very different. Okay. Let me spend a minute on how exams happen. So firstly, all ACCA exams are online, right? Which means You're in front of a system while you do the exam. You will have Excel sheets to do, your crunch your numbers. When you're writing your recommendations or you're writing an answer, you will have Word documents. Sometimes PowerPoint slides will come up in the exam software in case if you are required to make a presentation, let's say. So the exam is exactly going to be like a workplace scenario. Okay, it's going to be a situation or a problem that you actually see in your workplace, and you will be given all the tools that you would actually use in a workplace to resolve the problem. Okay. Furthermore, the exam will be, especially at the high levels, the professional level, either one single case of 100 marks. Some papers have two cases of 50 marks each. So this approach is very, very different from the CA exams, right? And like I said, they make you very, very job ready. Furthermore, ACCA exams happen 4 times a year. So that's March session, June session, September and December session. So you can decide to sit for exams in any of these sessions. Depending on your comfort, up 1 paper, 2 paper, 3 paper, up to 4 papers also you can do in one session. But let's say if you comfortably decide to give 1 paper or session, you can finish the 4 papers in a year. If you decide to give 2 papers in a session, then 6 to 8 months you can finish the exams, right? So there is no concept of groups, which means you can do 1 paper at a time, with an average pass rate in the last level being about 45-50%. So I think that flexibility also is very important while you are at work, right? Because when you're working, you have to do something that supports your work. You have to do something that you can do alongside your work. So I think, in a synopsis, ACCA becomes a wonderful value add to your existing job roles, which you can comfortably and flexibly study while you do your jobs. Now, let's imagine the second scenario. Let's say you are a CA semi-qualified. Let's assume you are BCom plus CA Inter or IPCC, both groups cleared. Let me take that scenario. Now, in such a case, the ACCA gives you 6 exemptions. The first 4 papers, the 6th paper and the 8th paper, right? Which means when you dive into the curriculum, you need to do the 5th paper, which is PM, costing, performance management is costing. The 7th paper, which is financial reporting, that's accounting. And the 9th paper, which is financial management. Okay, and then of course the last 4 papers of the professional level. Now, in these 3 papers, actually, if you see costing, which is PM, or if you see financial reporting or financial management, all these 3 you've done in your CA Inter. Okay, yes, the approach is different, the style is different, the exams are online, it's application based, so it's different from CA exams in that sense. But broadly, the curriculum it's not that you're starting from scratch. I agree that the last level, professional level, is a lot different, and you need to of course put in a lot of work there because it's going to be very new. But I think having done CA Inter, you have to be able to build a good bridge. So you need the right coach, you need the right support that tells you what you need to do differently, how you need to approach the exam, and if you've crossed that bridge correctly, then it's easy to do the 5, 7 and 9th paper and then progress into the professional level, right? So I have a lot of students who come back and say, sir, finish CA Inter, I'm doing CA final exams, it's been 2 attempts, 3 attempts, I'm struggling, I'm not able to make it. And students feel it's the end of the world, kya kare? So that's the good news, is that don't feel that. You can give CA final exams a pause for a bit. You can come back to the ACCA curriculum, avail the 6 exemptions, finish the 5th, 7th and the 9th paper, and make use of what you've studied in CA Inter already. Okay, it's not that it's going waste. Complete the last 4 exams at the professional level, and ये 7 पेपर्स आप अज्यूम करें, आप 1 पेपर और क्वार्टर भी देते हैं, तो 1.5 साल में आराम से आपका ये ACCA एग्जाम हो सकता है. Then you have 2 options. You've got a qualification, CA Inter plus ACCA. You can dive into a good job and start your career. You want to come back and finish CA final, then you can even do that, because you would probably be a little more confident and you can approach CA final now with a fresh perspective. So either of the options are available. And for some reason, if you don't want to get back to CA final and go into your jobs, you still have a wonderful qualification. You have your CA Inter plus the ACCA that helps you get a good head start. So I think in all, this is the flexibility of the ACCA exams, the whole application-based approach, the case study-based approach, and I think the wonderful global perspective it will give you, the very 21st century perspective it will give you, to the Indian curriculum that you've already studied in your CA exams. I think that combination is brilliant, and what you bring to the employer's table is going to be very well recognized, very well appreciated, and it will surely take you places. Thank you.